My name is Susan Wengler, and on behalf of Books, Bites, and Beyond, I'd like to welcome you to this very special Conversations with Authors event. This evening is presented in partnership with the Wyckoff Family YMCA. Our guest tonight is singer, songwriter, actress, and children's book author, Kelly Clarkson. Since winning the inaugural season of American Idol in 2002, Kelly has sold over 21 million albums worldwide and had 10 singles in the top 10 of Billboard's top Hot 100, including A Moment Like This, Because of You, Since You've Been Gone, My Life Would Suck Without You, Stronger, which is my favorite, and Piece by Piece. She is the recipient of numerous awards, among them 3 Grammys and 4 American Music Awards. Known for her vocal versatility and range, Kelly's music explores themes of heartbreak, independence, and empowerment, especially for women and young people. She has written a new picture book for children, River Rose and the Magical Lullaby, which was released by HarperCollins just yesterday. Kelly is passionate about reading and about education. We are delighted and honored to have her here this evening to discuss her brand new book and the idea that we can empower our children to dream through books and through song. So Kelly, welcome and thank you for visiting us in New Jersey on day 2 of your book tour.
Thank you. I know I have a book out. Dream I didn't know I had.
There's going to be a lot of woo-wooing.
I know. I feel like we're winning regardless.
Okay, so we're going to chat for like 15 minutes,
okay.
And then people are going to have the opportunity to get their book signed and to say hello, right?
Yes, and normally I would personalize every single one, but I have Andy Cohen in like 2.5 hours. So if you want to send it into my fan club, we're working on that right now on our website to put up the address and everything. I swear I will personalize every single one and send it back. But that's the only reason why I'm not doing it tonight. Just in case you're like, she sucks. Because normally I would.
Okay, so Kelly Clarkson, you are an unbelievably busy and successful person. What inspired you to add children's book author to your very long list of accomplishments?
You know what? I didn't know I had the dream. I honestly wrote it for my little girl. She's 1, and we were traveling everywhere. She had like everywhere in her passport, and I thought, that's such a shame. She's not going to remember any of it. And my mother she was a first grade teacher for most of her teaching career, and she loved to teach kids how to read. So it's been instilled in me since I was a kid. So I thought I'd make these little books for her, these little stories, and put her a picture and like where she went. And it was really just this dork mom thing I did, and my husband and my nanny read it, and they were like, you should make these into books. And I was like, no one's gonna read that. We find our daughter interesting, but maybe not everyone else. So, but anyway, we ended up doing it, and I included this little lullaby I had written for her previous to writing the stories, because every singer-songwriter is like, I'm gonna write her a song. Of course. I'm not original. But anyway, I had written it for her, and it was just this sweet little thing I sang to her before bedtime, which now she's heard it for like 2 years, and she'll just mid-song be like, bye. I'm like, oh, we're finished. Okay, wrap it up. But yeah, there was no pressure really with it, because I wrote it for my little girl, and it wasn't for anything else, and then it just turned into this, so.
Something to share.
Yeah.
So tell us about the character River Rose, and who's at the heart of the story, and the adventure that she goes on in the story.
Well, she's really kind of a mixture, because my daughter was only 1 at the time, so she's kind of a mixture of what I was like as a child and who I thought she would be, which I was dead on.
The videos, if you guys seen these videos of her, she's hysterical.
She's a diva, yeah. I'm scared. But, like, really. But no, she's fun, and she's, disheveled and just, this kind of Punky Brewster, fun-loving, like, just lovable little character that you kind of just watch and you laugh at, not so much with. and I don't know, I just thought it would be a fun character for kids to kind of relate to as well. And her sidekick in it is Joplin, who is actually my favorite spirit on the planet. He was my dog actually, but he passed away. But he lives on in River Road. So, but that's her little sidekick buddy in it. So yeah.
So the character is a combination of her and you.
Yes, and well, my daughter is me. It's very much karma working at its finest. Yeah. My mom just literally, I call and she'll just go Nina, Nina, Nina. Yeah. Yeah, she's like, you never shut up too. Oh, well.
So the front flap of the book says, every great adventure starts with a big dream. And so I was wondering, has that been your experience, and have you found that like dreaming big is almost a precursor or a necessary step for making amazing big things happen?
I'm a firm believer. One of my best friends since childhood, she always says, like, she's annoyed with it. She's like, everything you think of just happens for you. And I'm like, well, I do work really hard, and I also, like, I've always dreamed really big regardless. Like, I'm from a small town, and people would say, oh, you want to be a singer, so does everyone. Like, you know, like, they kind of shoot you down a lot, and it was just innate in me. I knew I was going to do something with singing, and I knew that was my gift, and I knew, even talking to people, like, I knew my job would entail me, you know, having conversations, and I'm just a people person, so I knew that would happen, and I think that you have to be that confident and dream and know that you're capable of doing it to achieve it, because if you don't think you're awesome, like, nobody else is going to think you're awesome, and I definitely think I'm awesome.
And always, you always felt this.
Oh, I did. My mom says that. Yeah, she says that I've always been like that. There was a period, you know, puberty, when you're like, this is awkward, everything's awkward, and I've like hated life. But other than that one period, I've really been pretty independent and strong-willed, and really knew what I wanted to do. And even if it was a bad choice, my whole thing is like, my shit might sink, but if it's I'm gonna be driving it. Like, yeah, because there's nothing worse than like you like going down because of somebody else's poor decision. So yeah, that was kind of depressing. Sorry. Mood killer. You're welcome.
So the book is dedicated to your mom, who is a retired teacher,
Yes.
and you write, she taught me the value of education. What did you observe from her as a child about the power of education, and how did that experience impact your parenting?
Well, yeah, it's funny, we couldn't be more different. Like, she always was that too. She's very much an introvert, and I'm obviously not. And she just really pushed me to read. There was no if, ands, or buts about it. It was not a negotiation. Like, I had to read, I had to make great grades. And in order to like she'd kind of dangle it. She'd be like, if you don't do this, then you're not going to be able to sing at this. So it was a really good thing that she pushed me. You know, you hate it when you're a kid. You're like, I hate reading. And then I did find one book that when I kept reading, Matilda by Roald Dahl was like the thing that opened up doors for me. And I think I was 10 or 9, I can't remember the age, but I think I was 4th grade. But I read that book and I just thought it was the most magical thing. Like, I thought it was so cool. Like if that little girl that had nothing and everything going against her was so like abandoned and loved, like she could do it like I could. So yeah. So
Do you have a Miss Honey in your life?
I had several Miss Honeys. I feel like I was really blessed. Like, you know, my song "Piece by Piece" is super depressing and about abandonment, but yay. But abandonment sells apparently because everybody loves that one. But anyway, I didn't necessarily. I had my mother really as my role model for being a strong woman, but I had like several like men and women. Whether it be my pastor or my voice teacher in high school or junior high, and you know, just teachers in general that really did like just support me and really kind of guide me and navigate, you know. So I did have a lot. While I didn't have a father figure, I definitely did have a huge presence with a lot of great humans around me. So I feel very lucky in that situation. Yeah.
People reaching down like your 7th grade teacher that said, you sing, you solo, this kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I was actually singing in a hallway. I was just helping a teacher move books to, you know, helping them move classrooms or something. And it was actually before the school year started, and there was a new choir teacher. And she stopped me and was like, are you in choir? And I was like, absolutely not. That's nerdy. I'm not a nerd. I don't know what you've heard. But then, nerded right up and joined. And then I became a super nerd and did like all those competitions and sang like, oh, everywhere. And so, it was that little thing that happened that set off a domino effect in my life. So.
You just look in the mirror and say, go me.
I'm amazing. Yeah, she did. But honestly, educators, for the most part, have been a huge part of my, just me achieving things, a huge part of my life in the sense of helping me achieve what I want to do, and especially my mother. I think educators are very underrated and underpaid, and I just think coming from the kid who had nothing because of it, I'd be like, I'm really glad you love to teach, but could you have been a lawyer? But no, I'm just kidding. She was amazing, and watching her like be such a proud person in her job, and like she came, would come early for kids that couldn't catch up with the class with reading. She'd stay after. She never got paid more for it. Like, she was just a really, really good servant's heart, and so that was really cool to learn from. So that's why I dedicated. Tear.
Well, you also mentioned...
I have to make a joke so I don't cry. That's what I do.
That's what pilots do.
Yes, that's what we do.
The dedication also says, thank you for introducing me to the thrill of escaping into an adventure, the mysteries of the boxcars and the magic of Matilda. The first book I ever bought for myself as a kid was The Boxcar Children.
I loved them.
Oh
I
my
did.
God. When they put the glass milk bottle behind the boxcar in the river, I just thought that was the most amazing thing.
I just love the whole adventure of it too. Like, I just loved, and we had, there were just several books that kind of inspired me with like the town we were in. Like, there was a train. There's not much in the town. There is now. It's like booming. But when I lived there was absolutely nothing, except for this train that would go by, and I just thought it would be so cool to just hop on. Like, where would I end up? And then it wouldn't end well. So I'm glad I didn't do it. But in your imagination, you're like, it's gonna be magical. I'm gonna meet people. They're not gonna kidnap me. It's not gonna end horribly. But I just love what books do for kids, like, and especially that childlike spirit that hasn't lost, that whole craving, that you have for just a magical element of life that I believe does exist in the most corny way, but that's okay.
Right.
Yes.
Is it true you worked in the children's section of a Texas bookstore?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes, Borders. And here's the thing. They tricked me because I got the job and I was like, I'm gonna be so studious. I'm gonna like go to journal in a coffee shop, and I'm gonna like work in a bookstore. I'm gonna be so amazing. And they were like, you get to work the children's section. And I was like, thank you.
Thank you for that honor.
Thank you. And then cut to tearing gum off of things. Kids just, now having kids, I get it, but at the time you think they're real cute until they come to your section and it's a tornado. Yeah. And then I was like, thanks for the children's section. But I did love it though. The kids were hilarious, so yeah.
What is it like to write children's verse for a picture book versus writing text for a song?
Like, I didn't think it would be very different, but apparently it is. Whenever I first signed up with HarperCollins, all my stories rhymed, because obviously I write, like poetry or songs. So I love the rhyming aspect of like Soul Shelves. I've been up since like 5. Shel Silverstein, sorry. But I love all the rhyming books. Those are the ones that really captivated me as a child. So I wanted to do that, and they were like, wow, that's a lot harder than it looks. And I'm like, songwriter, I've got this. And I didn't. I worked with David, my editor, a lot on like, the meter is so different, the cadence is so different in how kids, I guess, receive it. And so it was actually the most challenging part. So yeah, but it was good. It's nice to learn. So
do you have
I could go to college for it.
Do you have a special process where like you have a red notebook and only a certain kind of pen and a mug and a tree, or how does it work?
No, it could be napkins, paper, my notes in my phone, like it could be everywhere, like on my laptop. I did actually write all these on my laptop on a flight from London to the US when I should have been sleeping. But I did actually use my computer that time. But I kind of write everywhere, regardless if it was this or songs or just kind of whenever I'm inspired. And I'm like, don't forget it. So.
Okay, so you and your yummy husband have 2 babies in your house. River Rose and Remington Alexander. What's bedtime like at the Blackstock household, and do you have special reading or singing rituals?
Yes. We also have a 9 and 15-year-old, so it's covering all those rooms can be fun. But like we just got back from LA and I was working in the studio while doing stuff for this, and I had three of our kids with us or with me, and you go. I read with River and we sing and we have our thing. And then she puts her hand in my face and says bye when she's done. And then I go kiss Remy and I put him to bed, and then I go to Seth and see how he's doing. And then, yeah, it's kind of by the time you're in bed, you're like, and you're like, I probably have a microphone friend. That was smart.
Do you do voices when you read aloud to the kids?
Oh, totally. I'm a goober. Yeah, if it was like filmed, I would lose a whole fan base. I'd be like, she's a nerd. And also you have to do it, like I'm kind of terrified to read to y'all today because it like there's a lot of adults, so I'm not that terrified. But when kids, like especially a 2-year-old, like they want to do anything but listen to you. So that she starts out and she's into it and you like try and make it exciting and I'm like, oh, a lion, and then you get louder to like bring them back. You're like, a lion! And then it's kind of hard to keep their, the attention span of a gnat. So
and then you say, do you realize I have a Grammy here?
Yeah, oh, she doesn't care. She does not care. She's very demanding.
So last week you posted one of those describe yourself in 3 fictional character entries on Facebook. And so for the people that might have missed it, can you share with everyone what 3 fictional characters were selected to describe Kelly?
I feel like, my friend Ashley actually helped me do that because I didn't even know what was going on. I feel like one was Katniss and definitely Monica Geller. Well, Katniss is because we used the one where she's at the Capitol. Like sometimes I feel like I work in the Capitol and I'm like, what's happening? Everyone looks very frozen. And I don't feel like I fit in a lot. So she picked Katniss for me, and then I definitely am Monica Geller from Friends. I mean, like I used to watch that show going, what? Someone knows me. Because I'm super anal and like weird. And then I can't remember the third one. Who did it? Matilda. Oh, yes. She actually did it because I was like, I kind of feel like it's weird to be like, who am I like? Like, who are the amazing characters that are me? Like, I thought that was really weird, so my friend Ashley picked those for me. But they're very different characters, so I might have multiple personalities. This is the point to this.
Okay, so I've got one final question, and then we're going to move on to the book signing, which is, would you please read aloud to us and perhaps even sing to us from River Rose and the Magical Lullaby?
I never get nervous singing, but this is like, I'm gonna totally mess up the words, you're welcome. And I wait. I'm like, it's not weird. River Rose and the Magical Lullaby. I'll do it how I do it with my daughter. That's how I'll do it. She was gonna come, but she's cool. And you didn't want her here, trust. She had one of those days where you're like, you're your father's. You're not me. Okay, this is hard to do with a microphone. I've already hit the microphone, now it's gonna go and be really awkward. Okay, River Rose loves to, that's loud, why did I get so loud? Here's the book. I so wanna die right now, I'm so nervous. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna do this thing. Do y'all ever do this if you have little kids? You're like, you start with one page and you skip like 14. The end! Oh my god! Wasn't it wonderful? She doesn't know. I don't do that, I'm kidding, I'm a good parent. Okay. River Rose loves to sing, she loves to make new friends. She skips, she hops, she beeps, she bops, she loves to play pretend. Her best friend's name is Joplin, he loves to bebop too. And tomorrow, for the first time, they're going to the zoo. Oh, Joplin, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see. Lions that roar and seals that bark. How long can one night be? I should have turned. I love This Is Me. Like, what? That's fun. River Rose tossed, actually, if they actually did me, I'd look like a serious hot mess, because that's how I look on the norm. Okay, and scene. Okay. River Rose tossed and turned. She wouldn't close her eyes until her mom came in and sang to her this lullaby. Every night you lie with me. When I wake, you're still here. I don't know if I ever could find somebody River Rose in the middle of the night. Outside her, I know me too. Outside her bedroom window, something gave her quite a fright. She sat up straight, and there she saw in front of the shiny moon a bobbling, wobbling handful of magical balloons. Soon she was flying and swishing through the sky on the adventure of a lifetime with Joplin by her side. This is like one of my favorite pictures. Laura Hughes, what? So pretty. That's not part of the story. Then she landed down in the center of the zoo, and right around the corner came a bouncy kangaroo. He was just about to ask if there was something he could do when River Rose jumped up and said, "We've come to play with you." This is my daughter's favorite page. We have to go through every freaking animal, I'm not kidding, every time. Like, it's a frog, ribbit. And I never know what to do for some of the sound. She turned on all the lights and sang, "There's so much I want to see. Lions, tigers, bears, oh my, let's have a zoo party." Little Wizard of Oz for you. The elephants got things started, spraying water in the air. River Rose danced around and got soaked without a care. Next, she joined the penguins, slip-sliding in the snow. The zebras and giraffes joined in and put on quite a show. She's riding a zebra, which zebras are actually kind of mean. That's okay. Okay. Then she asked the turtles, "Can I join you in the water?" She hopped from pad to pad and played tag with an otter. Oh no, a rock below began to shimmy and to shake. Wait, that's not a rock at all. There's a hippo in this lake. She saw an ice, of course I had food in here. She saw an ice cream shop ahead and asked, "Is it okay to go and build herself a ginormous fudge sundae?" River Rose and Joplin continued through the zoo. She turned and asked her best friend, "What do you want to do?" Joplin took off running right... What? Oh, Joplin... What? I wrote it. Joplin took off running right... Because I was going to tell you, like, the carousel's her favorite part. That's why I was thinking that and reading, and it didn't... Okay. Joplin took off running right through the merry-go-round. They rode the ride 100 times, falling dizzy to the ground. And I should have turned. The polar bears were waiting, playing quietly in the snow. She asked if she could join them, but they had to let her know. We're really all so tired now. Polar bears need their sleep. The trick to fun is to let the day be done. That's the secret that we keep. A little known fact that I haven't told anyone, I actually picked polar bears as her favorite because it's my mom's favorite. Because she's one. She didn't know. It's her favorite, so. River Rose realized then it was time to say goodbye. And as the bears snuggled in their den, she remembered the lullaby. Every night you lie with me. When I wake, you're still here. I don't know if I ever could find someone as kind and dear. Through the window and then back to bed, a big smile upon her face. That was a great adventure, but home is my favorite place. So terrified for the other readings. That though, I don't even think Harper Collins knows that I picked polar bears as her favorite because my mom, she loves them.
Tell us more.
Okay, talk more.
Thank you so much for visiting with us tonight. It was fantastic. It was so much fun and really such an honor to meet you. Everybody sit tight. There's going to be instructions on the signing part.
Okay, cool.
And
thank you so much for being my first audience.